Hi, welcome to my first video for my new blog, carseatsandclassrooms.com. In this video, I'm going to be talking about useful things that helped Brandon, my husband, and I get through week 1 at home with our newborn baby boy, Braxton. The first thing I wanted to talk about that has helped us survive this week is the support of family members. My mom and Brandon's mom stayed with us the whole first week. We are officially home now for 1 week. I had a rough labor and we had to stay in the hospital for 3 days after Braxton was born. So we've been home now for exactly 1 week and 1 day. So last week my mom and Brandon's mom stayed home with us and they helped with the dishes, they cooked our meals for us. They basically helped with whatever we needed help with. They drove me to my doctor's appointments, which allowed Brandon to go back to work to save some of his vacation time. So that was the number one thing on my list that is the most helpful. If you have family members that can stay home with you or friends that can come over and help you, use them. Do not be afraid to ask for help because that was very helpful. Number 2, the second thing on my list for helpful things for surviving the first week with your newborn is the Halo sleep sack. And let me show you the Halo sleep sack. So this is the Halo sleep sack. And basically it's a really easy swaddle blanket for you to use with your baby. The hospital nurses showed me how to swaddle Braxton, and I even recorded a video of my nurse swaddling him to rewatch once we got home. But he is a little Houdini, and he always gets his arms out, and I just haven't mastered it yet, and I'm not confident in it yet. And the Halo sleep sack really does the work for you. So basically, it's like a potato sack for your child with a zipper, and they sleep in this part. And then it even has directions on it, which is really helpful because when it's the middle of the night and you're delirious, if you forget what to do, you can just look at the directions, which I thought was really helpful. So right now he has his arms in. He's a little too young to have the arms out. So you put him in the potato sack part and you wrap and you pull the feet up, which I learned from the nursery at the hospital because when babies are in your womb, they have their knees up, so they like having that when they're swaddled. So you bring the bottom up and then the last part. He has slept in his sleep sack every night since we've been home. We have 2 of them, and I'm probably going to buy another one because we had our first blowout last night and I had to watch that in the middle of the night. So we're going to buy another one of these. So that is the next thing on my list that has really helped us. Number 3 for my 10 most important things for surviving week 1 with a newborn would be the bassinet that we're using. We have the Halo Swivel retractable side bassinet, and it's on my side of the bed. And this thing has been great. It's flat. We have the newborn insert inside for right now. It slides right under the bed. The bassinet itself can go up or down. The side closest to me is retractable, so I can just push down on it in the middle of the night and look at him or grab him. And it is very nice. We do not have the fanciest one that vibrates or has a sound machine, but I didn't really think that was necessary, and so far that hasn't shown that it's necessary. So I am very pleased with our bassinet, and I highly recommend it. Number 4, for my 10 most important things or useful things with week 1 with a newborn, is that do not be afraid of using the bottle or the nipple shield for that matter. I was in the hospital. I learned that apparently I have flat nipples, which I didn't think I did, but I guess I do. And so after night 1, the nurses recommended that I use a nipple shield. And a nipple shield, basically, it's this. So it's kind of like a condom for your nipple. It's really thin. I can't really tell when it's on the baby. Can't really tell when it's on. It's really thin plastic. And it just helps with the suction and it helps the baby get the breast milk out. At first I was really hesitant to use this because I've read some things about nipple confusion. And that was also my reasons for hesitating with the use of a bottle. But when our baby had to go to the nursery, they ended up using a bottle on him. With just like a nipple like this, and we brought it up to the doctors and we expressed that we were nervous about using bottles because we didn't want him to struggle with breastfeeding, and the doctors reassured us that he would be fine, and that sometimes nipple preference can occur, but not if you're alternating feedings or you're still going to the breast a lot. So we kind of let go of that fear of using the nipple shield or the bottle, and that has really saved us. This way, in the middle of the night, I can use the bottle in the middle of the night, and then the rest of the day I'll just use the breast. And that has really, really helped Brandon and I in the middle of the night, and it allows Brandon a chance to feed the baby and get involved with feeding. And the nipple shield, my lactation consultant has said, think of it as training wheels, and I shouldn't have to use it forever. So it's been really helpful, and I've kind of just let go of my expectations, and this isn't my plan, it's the baby's plan. So whatever works for the baby is going to work for me. The next thing on my list for helpful things to survive the first week with a newborn is the Owlet Sleep Sock. And the Owlet Sleep Sock is a baby monitor. It's this little sock, and they sleep with it at night. It can go on the left foot or the right foot, and it tracks their heart rate and their oxygen levels. It has a base station, which looks like this. Let's see if I can turn it on for you. Okay, now it's on, so it's a green light. It syncs to the sock, and it also syncs to the app on my phone. It is super helpful. So when Braxton was in the hospital, he was in the nursery for his breathing, and they tracked his oxygen and his heart rate levels when he was in there. This does it for me at home, which is amazing, especially because he had a breathing problem in the beginning, so I'm just trying to monitor him to make sure that the breathing problem doesn't come back. There are multiple different lights that will show up on the Owlet base monitor. So green flashing means that all readings are normal. Yellow means that the sock has either come off or it's not fitting properly and it has a different tune that it plays. Red means that your oxygen or your heart rate are out of the normal range, and an alarm will sound off. The alarm goes off on the base station and on your phones. You can sync more than one phone to the sock, which is awesome. So Brandon's phone and my phone are both synced. And this is just peace of mind. It reduces the risk of SIDS. It keeps an eye on your baby. It is the best monitoring system I think I've ever seen. So, and I got an email from Owlet that they're coming out with an actual video camera monitoring system. So we might look into that when we're ready for Braxton to sleep in his own room. Alright, the next thing on my list for useful things for surviving the first week with your baby is having an adjustable bed. Now I know not everyone can afford to go out and buy a new bed, but if you're in the market for a new bed and you're pregnant or thinking about having a baby, or if you're not pregnant and you just have a kid, or if you don't have a kid and you just want some luxury with your bed, I highly recommend an adjustable bed. Our bed is so awesome. You can lift the head up, you can lift the feet up, and this is clutch. In the middle of the night for breastfeeding, I just grab the remote, prop the bed up, and it is so easy to breastfeed. I had a rough recovery, and I'm still in pain. That's why we're still in bed. And this really helps me get into the bed, out of the bed. It helps me sit up, elevate my feet to reduce swelling. This thing has been a lifesaver, and it's much more comfortable than those hospital beds. And I highly recommend, if you have the money or you're interested, I would definitely recommend an adjustable bed. We got ours at Sleep Train during the 4th of July sale, and we got the base for free, and we only have to pay like $100 a month. So definitely recommend the adjustable bed. The next thing on my list for surviving the first week with your newborn is to really read and do your research. My whole pregnancy, I bought a lot of books and magazines, and I was on every blog site, every YouTube video, trying to prepare myself as much as possible for life with a newborn. We have a daughter, but she's adopted, and we didn't have her when she was a newborn. We had her a little bit later, so this newborn phase is brand new for us. I studied, like I treated my baby like an exam. I tried to get as ready as I could, and I really think that it benefited us because now I feel like I have a lot of knowledge and resources and strategies that I can use with my baby. So the first book I wanted to share is called The Happiest Baby on the Block, and it's written by Harvey Karp. And this is basically the best and proven ways to calm your baby. And it talks about the 5 S's in this book. And if your child is fussy, basically it's kind of like treat it like a checklist to go through. And if you've done all these things, chances are your baby will be calm and sleeping, or at least relaxed. Let me quickly read you what the 5 S's are. And I'm going to post the links for all of these things in the description below. So if you're interested, you can go buy this. So the first S is swaddling. Babies love to be swaddled. They were tight in your womb. They're all cuddled up. They like that feeling. So the first S is swaddling. The second S is side to stomach. So this is their body is facing you. They're kind of like in the football or cradle position, and they're laying on their side. The third S is shushing, which our baby seems to love. We kind of sound like choo-choo trains in our bedroom right now, but we're always going shh, 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 and it really calms him down. The fourth S is swinging, and I've been swinging my whole pregnancy. I mean, I just kind of rock naturally. So swinging, moving in rhythm with your baby. The fifth S is sucking. So this could be on breastfeeding, it could be on your pacifier, it could even be on your finger. So sucking and calming your baby down. So this book focuses a lot on the 5 S's, and my coworker actually recommended this to me, and it's a very good find. The next book that I bought that I would highly recommend is called The Wonder Weeks. This also has an app you can follow along, which is awesome. The Wonder Weeks talks about your baby's development mentally and how every couple weeks their brain kind of goes through this mental leap, and their world changes for them, whether it's how they see, how they think, how their body is reacting to things, which is really interesting. And Braxton will not have his first leap until he's 5 weeks old, so we have 4 more weeks to go until his first mental leap. But this is great for me to read in the meantime to prepare for that mental leap. And I love the app that tracks on with it because it syncs with your calendar. It can prepare you when that leap is about to happen and how to cope with it. And it is written by Hetty Van Der Riet, I guess. And I know you can get this on Amazon because I had this on my registry and someone got it for me. So The Wonder Weeks. And last but not least, the last book I want to recommend is What to Expect When You're Expecting. We have these for Aubrey, What to Expect the First and Second Years. So I got What to Expect When You're Expecting. I also have What to Expect Before You're Expecting that I bought when we were trying to get pregnant. And this covered my whole pregnancy as well as now. It's covering the first month at home with the baby. And this book is great. I'll post the link below. Last thing on my list that I wanted to recommend for your first week home with your newborn is Love and Patience. I don't think Brandon and I have ever been closer than we are now to this day. He has been so supportive and so loving and so kind, and I just feel so close to him. Just giving your baby love and your partner love and your other children in your family, I think having a really strong support system is really beneficial. My family and friends have been amazing the past week, and I really think that's a huge factor to why our first week has been so successful with our baby. So love yourself, love each other, and you can do this. Moms around the world have babies every single day, and it's a natural thing, so you can do this. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching my video. I can't wait to post another one. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my blog. I would love the support. Let me know if there's anything you have questions about or anything you want me to talk about next. Alright, I'll see you next time.